Hello and welcome. This is Angel Messages with Elena with February reading. And I'm sorry my throat keeps cutting out. I've had really interesting fever. My ears were clogged up one night, and then I used cedarwood and it kind of went away. But it catches in the back of my throat, so I apologize for that for those who are on video and also listening to the MP3. Yeah, and I kind of clear my throat every so often. So thank you for coming to the February reading. My reading starts at the first full week of February, which starts February 2nd through February 29th. So there is the full moon that is coming in. There's Lincoln's birthday, Valentine's Day, President's Day, Washington's birthday, the new moon, Flag Day, and Ash Wednesday, all in February. Remember, February is about love and it's about presidents' birthdays. Basically, that's all you need to know. This is the last month. If you put all of the months to the phases of the moon, this is the last month of the new moon period. So this is still time of manifesting, making things, your goals. This is tapping into unconditional love. And this is about rebirth. This is the pregnancy that comes to an end, the gestation part. We're doing the situation and clarity cards with the energy oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. And the meat of the reading will be by the quantum oracle, again by Sandra Ann Taylor. I really love her oracle cards. So the overall situation that we have is attachment. This is the number 5 card. This is a woman who's like taking off the mask. And there is an attachment that we like to see what's coming. We want to know how it's coming. There's something within the humanity into how we have been taught is that we want to know the progression, right? Even on I ordered some new business cards and some other different things for my business. And I went on and tracking. It's like, where is it at? Where is it at? So this is the part of the attachment that you don't want to get into. It's like getting into your car and you know where you want to go. So in your GPS, you put in the address that you want to get to. And then you still stay in park, right? It's putting it into drive that's going to get you momentum. But we don't need to really know how we're getting to that place because there's a bunch of different avenues. There's a bunch of different roads. There's a bunch of different, boulevards and etc. to get you to that destination, as long as it gets to you safely. So we are so into that destination that we try to jump in to do the GPS's job. And sometimes, electronics is not going to really work well. We're coming into Mercury retrograde, which is about communication and how we communicate. If you have been coming to my daily Capricorn readings, it is really in tune to the daily energies. And it's very uplifting. You do not have to be Capricorn to get into those energies because all these energies influences us in one way or another, but at least, it amplifies what we need to do. Okay. So, we're coming into, today, the recording is February 3rd. This is the deer and it's about support and compassion and not to engage into arguments or arguments that someone's just started just because. So let's not get into that. All right. So the first week of February, the 2nd through the 8th, our first card is about there is an increase. This is a cycle that is coming. This is crystals is a representation of our treasures. So there is an increase that is coming into this first week of February. There is a pathway. There's a road. This is a beautiful house. So like whatever you're trying to manifest, it is coming. There is a definite increase that will continue to increase. Sorry, I gotta. So whatever you're manifesting, that roadway is opened up and there is an increase. Now, your second card for February 2nd through the 8th is about hidden motivations. This is an intention card. So this is definitely manifestations. This is what you're praying for, how you're praying for it. The hidden motivation, what is motivating you to manifest? What is motivating you? Is it because you're hungry and you have no food? Is it because you're going to lose your house, right? Because if you're Capricorn, we've had very difficult time. I mean, what is the hidden motivations? Those things are going to be coming out. Keep a journal and journal what is coming into what is motivating you. Is it something that you've seen on TV? Is it, an artwork that inspired you? Is it, a child was crying in the dark? Or at the movie theaters or in the dark? Or was it something that you were hearing from the divine? Sometimes we hear things because inside us are crystals, just like our first card was crystals. We have crystals inside of our pineal gland, and that engages into the microwaves and the macrowaves. So these are the frequencies. Now, there is a deer in here. So the deer, again, this is a support and compassion. The deer leads others to the light. So what is your hidden motivation that is helping you into your thoughts, into your intentions? Intentions is not just about thought, it's about action as well. Now our fifth card, or it's our third card, but it's the number 5 card. It's about consciousness, bringing things into awareness. This is the consciousness of lack. So as we are going into an increase, that there is definitely something that is coming because of a lack. But don't look at the lack as a lack. Look at the lack as something that's already complete, that's passing away, and you're replacing it. Like this heart has like almost a picture of money and gold inside it. Is like this heart is being filled with so much more like worthiness, and that there's no more abandonment, that people are here to support you now. This person is a divine masculine that's leaning against the heart, and it's just like that's from the past things. Your lack is coming to the past and not into our present, because you have an increase. So don't look into the lack. Instead, bless it. Bless, and keep it positive. Even though it's dark, and it's like, I bless this pantry that it is so open to be filled, to bring a fulfillment, to fill my house up with food and bounty. It's time for the harvest, and I am ready for this harvest. Part of the new moon experience is getting rid of the old to make way for the good that is coming. The February 2nd, the 9th through the 15th, we have the 9th being the full moon. We have Lincoln's birthday on the 12th and Valentine's Day. Now, Valentine's Day is not just for lovers. This is a day that we celebrate just love in general, not just romantic love. Like, I have a romantic love to God. I have a unconditional love to God, as well as the people around me. It's just, love. And people try to categorize, love as sex, or as, philanthropy, as all these other different things. And it's just like, love is love. It's like, there's really no category that love amplifies. So as we're going into this love, you may be feeling that there is a commitment that is happening, that it's an event, so a wedding, a social gathering, and a commitment of something, of signing a contract. So when you're signing contracts, you want to read everything thoroughly, right? Pay attention to the details. Make sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So there could be like an engagement or a proposal, not just romantic, but a career, with your school. Somebody who's going to do a project with you. Is like, this is opening up for you to make a commitment to. Just like I commit to do videos when things are energetically ready and the timing is right. So this is the timing for you, that this is coming in perfectly. Okay, so we have a card that is upside down. It's behind the mask. So, like, behind the mask is those that, if this was upright, this would be those who are still hiding behind the mask. Just like this attachment, the mask is lifted off. So, since this card is upside down, is that you are revealing yourself. You're being true and authentic to yourself. It's just like this love is amplifying and empowering you. So, this is very beautiful. And then our third card is the energy card, fragmented energies. Now, we had that a few weeks ago. This is part of the Mercury retrograde, and things are just going to go chaotic. And I get the most readings during this time because it's like, why is this doing this? It's because the planets are all changing, and Mercury is coming retrograde in the planets. And hey, no barking. Sorry, I have dogs and parrots in my house. So this is the things that it kind of spins us, and it's just like, okay, I was really sure in this relationship, now I'm not so sure. But if you're making a commitment, you can doubt yourself. So don't doubt, just know that it's energy. And some of the energy is, taking the mask off of somebody else. So it could go two different ways. It could be that you are already in a committed relationship, and now you're seeing this person as it truly is. And that's kind of wish I had before I got married, because my ex hid behind the mask and was this very violent person. So it's just like that. It can be a very good thing. You want to know who it is before you make that commitment. So, watch and see. And then, and some of these readings, usually it's just the energies that they're just not centered and balanced. So stay centered and balanced through February 9th and 15th, and you'll make way, unless something has to be revealed and exposed. And that is for your benefit. And you don't want to be with somebody or in a project or in a contract that is not going to fulfill you and amplify your positive energies, right? We are about freedom. We're not about constraints. Now, February 3rd is the 16th through the 22nd. We have President's Day is the 17th. And the 22nd is Washington's birthday. So it's just like leadership, leadership, leadership. That's why this is like birth of leadership is happening in February. So our first card is an energy card. It's planning and action. So this is the things that you write down, and it's like your baby steps and how you go to do your goals. Well, when you're a manifester, we don't do the same kind of goals as you do. We do it just a little different. Like if you're doing a money pot, then it's just like, okay, I have this coins and this coins and this coins, and I have to amplify money, you want to have alfalfa or something green and blue. And my feng shui is transparency. So I have a Celestine, I think it's Celestine rock. I also have another one that's flat that I could put a candle on here and burn it. So that's the transparency, because I want people to see me. Those kind of things is our planning. And then the action is every day add 5 coins. Every day add 5 coins. Sprinkle some scents. Amber is a really great one for me. And cedarwood, frankincense, jasmine, and what's the other one? Hibiscus is another one. Or you could put your own scented oils. Like I have a scented oil that I use for my own perfuming, and I'll drop that so that the things that are coming to me, they identify by the smell. So and the glitter amplifies. If you put a mirror under it, it amplifies that as well. So that's the kind of planning and action that manifestors do, and those who pray. That's how we plan. And then we have what we're manifesting. So, but if you are like in a career and you have no job, well, then you would have to put in a resume. Then you have to do an application, and then pray that you get chosen to do an interview. And then you go into the interview, and then you may or may not be selected for a job. But however, if those things are happening, to know that you are actually making way for things to come to you by that action as well. So there's no right and wrong on how to plan and what your actions are, okay? Just keep doing it positive and keep working it. And I know it's very difficult when everything is just like, no, 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 no. But stay positive, because there is something that is opening up for you that will be a yes. And also don't get trapped into taking the job just because. There were some jobs that I turned down because it wasn't going to fulfill me. It was going to degrade my body after I found out how much weight I had to be carrying every day. Those kind of things. So you have the power to turn and say no. Sometimes we get trapped and it's like, oh, we'll just stay in here for a little bit. And if you're like a Capricorn who is loyal, I tend to stay for the long haul if it's good for me or not. So I'm glad I'm not working for Target and I'm doing this kind of readings for you guys, because I'm using something that is a gift that was given to me that I'm giving to you. So just don't get into that entrapment. All right, so this is your second card. Is a number 5 card as well. Now 5 is about a monetary value, so that's what it is. I put 5 coins, 5 coins, 5 coins, or $5 bills, or $10 bills into my money pot, because 5 is a representation of the dollar. So 5s is real good. So if you are coming from another country, figure out what your dollar sign is, like, or the pounds or the pesos, and find out what it looks like, and then see what number is associated with that. Transformation is definitely the number 5. It is the cycle between the student, the teacher, and becoming the student, and then becoming the teacher again, or the follower that becomes the leader, that becomes a follower, that becomes the leader. And these are all cycles. This it doesn't have to last long, and sometimes we put it in ourselves that we're always going to be the follower, and it's like, no, because you have knowledge, and knowledge needs to be shared. And just like, how this lady is going on this road, and there's astrological signs in the cosmos in the background, so she may learn into learning about astrology, or she may learn about the constellations and the astronomy, and you'll learn all these things and the stories and the legends, and she'll put it all together to share, because she has a scroll hidden in, it's exposed, but it's held to her heart. It's things that is on her heart that she feels like she's being led to share. So, and she has her other hand that is just above it, that's just above this collarbone here. And so it's just like everything through her heart chakra and up into the bottom of her throat chakra. She's preparing herself for this beautiful transformation. Butterflies is another one that's a great transformation. It goes from the egg, the worm, to the cocoon, into this beautiful butterfly, and then it lays eggs again and does it again. So it's a cycle. So which part of the cycle are you in? Are you in the hibernation, gestation kind of chrysalis, I think is what it's called, to breaking open and to be this beautiful butterfly? Because our end result in humanity is to find and live a happy life. That is why God is come for all of us to live a very fulfilled and happy life. So that's your transformation. There's an energy of letting go that's in your third card in the number 3. So it's like you have the 3 components going on right now. So this is the woman who is taking these dogs for a walk, and they're pulling on their leashes, but she wants to go this way and they want to go that way. So they're not in alignment, but there is an open door that the beautiful is like stars and stardust that's leading into this beautiful unknown, and the star is lighting the way. However, there's other doors of opportunities that are starting to open up too. So letting go is letting go of the things that don't serve you. What that means is the things that keeps you down. So like in my marriage that fell apart was because I was going into the military. Well, I had to fall apart because I'm being empowered. And when I become empowered, nobody can put me down, right? No one can hit me because I'm going to fight back. I'm going to learn how to fight back. In the military, you learn how to kill. It's like I learned how to shoot a gun, even though I knew how to shoot guns before. So if somebody would have hurt me, I would have reacted and hurt them back even worse. Okay, so that was never going to happen. Empowerment of a female is the divine, beautiful, excuse me, feminine energy that is of grace and beauty. And you can't be in a position where you're getting beaten down. Okay, so I'm talking about actually being physically hurt, and the spiritual, the mental, and the emotional as well. I'm not talking about women who live in the life that lives with their husband providing, and then they're in the source of wisdom in their home and they're being treated well. Not talking about that. I'm talking like very physical ailments. So I had an interesting talk with my belly dance teacher about Middle Eastern culture. And it's like, we all feel that they're all getting beaten behind closed doors. Don't know why, but that's not the truth. Okay. So, the truth is, for us behind closed doors that we were beaten, not everybody is like that. Okay. So kind of look into that too. The fourth week is the 23rd through the 29th, with the 23rd being the new moon, the cycles, letting go, coming into the rebirth. The 24th is Flag Day. We celebrate flags, the American flag, and Ash Wednesday, which is getting ready to go into Lent, and humbling ourselves and knowing that there's parts of us that need to be cleansed. And so that's a whole incantations and rituals that Catholic Church and Lutheran Church does to be humble, basically to be humble, because we can't do it by ourselves, right? Divine, the angels, the spirit guides, the animal totems helps us to do this together. All right, so you have the consciousness card is the number 2 and is about your present power and how powerful you are during this week. It's like the things that you're learning and is harnessing. There's 2 animal totems that is the as I looked at this card, the left side is the lion. The lion is represented represented, there you go, represented as a powerful. But there's 2 lions in the constellations. There's Leo Minor and Leo Major. So there is a female that is along with us too, as well as the male. They all work together, but it's the huntress that does the hunting to bring in this bounty for the home. So it's not just the man in the patriarch, but into the lions and even some of the tigers. It is the female that goes out and do that. And if you disagree, that's fine. Leave it in a comment. I appreciate that. And the male is the one who takes care of the kids, the cubs, when the female is out. It protects, and it has a roar that you can hear from miles away. The tiger, I like the stripes because it can have a camouflage to it. And that's the divine feminine energy that is coming in on the right side. This intuition is like it can be camouflaged into something really beautiful. So this man is holding both of the tigers with both hands. So this man, divine masculine, being centered into this beautiful power of physical reality, the things that we could touch and feel, that is being empowered. So that's why we're having an increase into the first week of February. And then now you're harnessing this beautiful power that's coming in. So that's coming into our physical reality. So the increase, the cycle that is, that's coming into a conclusion. So then we have the 6 is intentions, playing it safe. Playing it safe. So when we play it safe, that means that we're just going to ask for the things that we really need. Okay? Intentions. These are the thoughts. These are the, some of the actions that we have to do. This is because we don't feel like we can manifest $1 million. So instead we're going to manifest 20. Okay, so that's called playing it safe. So it's okay to play it safe because that's how you strengthen your faith and in the belief. When we were living in Hawaii, my mom decided to go off food stamps. Our access here in Arizona is called access, and that's where the government gives you money, food stamps. It's not the same as the regular dollar, but it's only to be used for food. And she decided to go off of that. So we had like no income. My mom was going to school. She lived off of grant money that she got, and she applied some of it towards her schooling, and then the rest of it we lived off of. And it wasn't a lot. We still had to, have daily breakfast and dinner because at school we had a free or reduced lunch, and it most likely was free most of the time. So this is like playing it safe. Is like going and looking for aluminum cans because we're not thinking about our environment. We're thinking about how much money that can is going to bring us, right? And into the weights of the aluminum. And then we're going to go and we're going to ask the neighbors for a job because we need some money coming in. Okay, and that's fine, but that's playing it safe. Playing it safe, you really need to step outside of your comfort zone because, you have this really beautiful present power. It's like so powerful this week. So spend some time this week to go outside of that gate, to go outside and see what else is out there. It's okay where you're at. No one's going to condemn you or tell you that it's wrong, but wouldn't it be so much better to step outside of that gate, to get into the truck and see where it's going to take you, right? So outside of this gate, there's fireworks that's going on that you can hardly see, but it's there. And it's just like, it could be even so much better than just stepping outside of your comfort zone. So don't play it safe. Step outside. All right, so then our last card for this week is Intention, the number 7, the honoring path. Okay, honoring path. It's like, what does that mean? Well, it means that you're doing something that you value for yourself. Now, some people would even say, like, you be true and authentic to yourself into this path, that you wouldn't want to do anything that you felt degraded you. It's kind of like, okay, for a woman, you can choose to work an honorable job, which means you would go to McDonald's and work a cashier, or you can go and sell your body for sex. That's a dishonoring path. Okay, and some people it doesn't even matter. So it kind of just depends on where you at. Now, for me, I would never sell myself, and I've been through crap, but I would never sell myself out for sex. But I have helped my roommate for the last 10 years with his family. In return, he was going to take care of me and my children. So not all of that has come true, but he is still taking care of me. So that is an honoring path because I haven't sold myself for sex. And I'm happy with that. Getting to the light. Now, this is a woman who's holding a bouquet of flowers that is wearing a very beautiful gown. It's like, at the Emmys or at the Oscars, she did what she's done. People are applauding her accomplishments. So this is the accomplishments that are being applauded, and that you have maintained your integrity and your honesty, and you have honor. So that's basically what that card is about. All right, so it's beautiful reading so far. So let's look at the clarity card for the month of February. Now, the clarity card will keep coming through like each and every day, each and every week. And you can listen to this video on MP3 halfway through the month or even several months later. And it's like, yeah, because sometimes when we're in the energies, we can't pin it down. So this clarity card will help us a lot. So Love It is the door of romance, and it's the number 33. So we have another component of threes in here. This is synchronicity. This is the things that, God incidents, angel incidences, door to romance. It's like how some of us coop our hearts up and we cage it and behind a wall, and we just build up this wall, but it's opening up into this really beautiful love, this really beautiful partnership. Now, again, it does not have to be like a couple who is getting together, a man and a woman, or vice versa, or however you feel that love relationships are. But divine love, and the love that is that you have to go through in order for this to become a pure love. It's kind of hard to explain. So, okay, so let me use this as an example. One of my examples, I've been manifesting a lot of different things. I've had a crisis up to December where things started changing around. I'm manifesting a dependable car. Okay, so this car that I'm driving is okay, right? And it's going to represent my heart, but it's actually happened in true life. Okay, so this car is skipping. It's not clicking into the gears and not shifting up and not shifting down the way it is. It's leaking oil. It's like it has holes in the heart as well. But it gets me to and from for about 6 weeks. And then it's not starting. And I have to have somebody to jump me, kind of like doing the fibrillator. And it has to jump it in order to get it to go. And then we replace the starter. So we replace the, what gets things going. But all of a sudden the gauges are going out. So it's not telling me how fast I'm going. It's not telling me how far I'm going. And it's giving too much energy to get it to go when it's not going. Okay, so this kind of like your heart when it gets clogged up with all the valves and everything is getting clogged up, that it needs to be cleaned out. Okay, so it's like it either gets cleaned out and then put money into it to get this heart going again, or you get a new heart. So I decided to get a new heart. I got a truck, and it works. Everything is working. Everything is as it should be. And now I just had to take care of that heart to keep it going. So that's kind of like the door to romance, that you could either choose to keep that heart or ask God for a new heart. Okay, and there's a cleansing process that happens. So as I'm manifesting this new heart or this new dependable vehicle, then this heart is non-functionable and I can't use it. So then for 2 weeks, I didn't go anywhere other than my neighbors helping me. There was classes, my dance classes I missed. I wasn't able to go to the library to upload videos, except for the ones that I've been able to do from my phone that are 8 minutes or less. And then, so it's just like, are you going to keep that heart or are you going to ask for a new one? And just to know, our hearts can be made new, fault lines and all. He can fill in those cracks and make you whole again. When I do my healing sessions and we focus on our bodies, I don't leave you void, because void is taking out all of the emotions and making you neutral. Kind of like not using the car. I just neutral to it. It didn't really die on me, but it became undependable, right? Sometimes we're like, we can't trust our heart because I may fall in love quickly, or people would treat me wrong and I thought it was love and it was just a manipulation. Okay, so then you want to look at this new heart and you want God to fill it up. And that's how I do my sessions, is I fill you up with love, joy, and peace. Love, because everybody needs love, and our body amplifies and runs on a higher, like a much higher gear, a higher frequency, and it heals ourselves. Joy, because you have to have happiness, and we have to have that joy because it's infectious and it draws people to us. And we're happy. We just, we feel fulfilled when we're happy. And then peace. Through all the difficulties and the chaos, that there is peace. It says that chaos, out of the chaos comes this perfect order. And this perfect order, that is peace within us. And when you understand and when you get filled back up with all those beautiful energies of, amplifying your body into this healing state, is just so beautiful. And you don't have to go to church and to feel that energy, because after a while it goes away. But with God's energy, through God, it lasts for a long time. And then you just learn how to cleanse yourself. I do salt vinegar cleanse, which puts your body to neutral. Then I anoint myself with olive oil and different other essential oils into that olive oil that amplifies the positive energy. So it can be done, and it will be done. Amen and amen. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope I was able to show, kind of like this door to romance, that you are being healed, that this door is opening, is an opportunity for you not to get into, how everybody's going to look on their wedding day, right? But when you go to that wedding, that everything is, the feast and the celebration is ready for you. And it's for all of us, not just those couples who are in romance. I mean, it's for all of us, and how divine looks at us, and our angels and everything is bringing in this beautiful love into this month of February. So thank you for joining me. Please leave me some hearts. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. And please give me some comments, like this video, share it, because you don't know who is going to be struggling through the month of February, because there is a little struggles, but this is a pretty positive reading with a lot of different things that you can change and that you can do. Keep your journals, because that's going to really help you to stay focused. While everything is getting chaotic, you're going to be focused, and people are going to look at you as like, what do you got that I don't have? And they're going to ask you, and you can show them. It's like, well, this is what I'm doing. And then that's how you become the student to the teacher. All right. So I love you all. Thank you so much.